Hi Dee, hi everybody. I know it's been a little while since I sent a video in, but I haven't found anything new. I've made a couple of these videos and I haven't gone out at nighttime because I've been busting my butt and falling asleep early. My wife's moving company's coming tomorrow, and then I will have somebody else to look after. Okay, so right next to the road here, and like I said before, I'm starting to believe that they on purposely make structures that we can see. This structure here, the first thing I saw, no big deal. It's just set on the ground and set on that little limb. It could have fell over. There could be roots underneath that. And then, as my eyes swooped across, I started to get on more of this stuff. And right there. 1, 2, 3. Here, for some reason, they're doing 3 little things, 3 little sticks that you can see from the road to mark that they're in this area. But it was this stick right here that caused me to really start slowing down and looking. And then there's 1, 2, 3 small sticks. And when I walked out in here, other than 3 small sticks, I couldn't really find much. I started walking down this way. Not sure what they're doing. But it just so happens that the light is showing that giant footprint right there. That's my foot. Look how wide that sucker is. And it goes. That looks like a left foot footprint that slid a little bit because this is coming down off the road and it's very easy to get right here. And then it slid. You can see where the toes slid right there. Okay. And then I looked up, and for some reason, all these sticks right here, they're coming from both directions, both this way and this way. And they piled a little pile of sticks there. It's not, this end of it is not big enough to make a hide out of. It's not Bigfoot hide-ish, but you can see these things are broken off, all busted at the ends, and just piled right here for some reason. I don't know if it was just boredom. That one right there points out to the road. There's one right next to it. There's one leaned underneath the bottom of this one. Right where I'm standing, for some reason, something's going on and I can't put my eyes on it or get my brain quite on it, Something's happening right here. And there is a relatively fresh effect. See if I can see him on my freaking phone. Right there. Right there is the one I just showed you, but right in front of it from this angle, it looks like another scuff coming from the road because this is downhill. My hand is flat, and you should now be able to see that is a downhill thing. And no, I don't think that every single thing is a footprint, but those suspiciously look like footprints. But something is happening. Something's happening right there, right in this little spot. And I can't put my brain to why they would stack those sticks there. And there's plenty of sticks around. Drink. Not that they don't just naturally happen, but that is absolutely unnatural. I'm following some relatively fresh deer sign that you can see poked into the leaves. There's a lot of downed, broken off sticks. You know, I see random sticks everywhere. But that pile is not random. Those 3 sticks up there are not random. Got bit by a mosquito. Trying to put my brain on what the heck is going on here. And I'm trying to find more substantial evidence, you know. That tree has been rammed into the ground and leaned up there. That suspiciously looks like something they did. But driving down the road, this is the middle of mile 4. Driving down the road, I have overlooked this many times. This is the Demo Road again. Can't. Other than that one little spot right there where they leaned a tree and piled some stuff, I can't figure out what they're doing, or if that's just like a crossroads right there. It's over in here. Don't have any bug dope on. And like I said before, they have all kinds of mushrooms to eat. I don't know if that's an edible mushroom, and I don't know if we can eat what they can eat or vice versa. Okay. A little further on. And you can see right here there's a cliff. Not a big cliff, but I mean if they were in here and heard a car coming, they could just walk over here and just duck down. Or just stand still. Nobody looks in the woods anyway. People that live around here really aren't looking for what I'm looking for. I got the puppies in the car, but I'm not going to go too far here. Not seeing anything down here that looks too awfully squatchy, but I don't know. I just saw that one little spot that has definitely been worked on. Okay. Can't hardly see my finger, but right there. And then you see these sticks that have been kind of weaved right there. And this stick here has been moved out of the way, bent right there, and pushed back behind that tree. Then this log right here is just sitting there, and it's got these couple here. I'm standing in a hide right here. If they happen to be in the road or next to the road, all they got to do is just kneel down, and they're literally right there. You know, 15 feet from the road, 20 feet from your driver's side. That probably broke off from there and went over this way. But that right there is not natural. I don't know why I'm again Sometimes I'm not sure why, all of a sudden I feel like I should be whispering. And I'm not trying to hide from them at all. I want them to see that I can tell what they've touched. There is a very familiar thing. Now this, coming from across the street right through here, the very easy path for them. This looks like mushrooms. This looks like home. If somebody out there can please tell me anything other than baby Sasquatches are attempting tree structures, why and how? What the hell? Stick, stick, stick. All these little sticks. Like a baby Sasquatch was bored and just broke up a bunch of little sticks and just leaned them. And I'm in Maine now, but behind my house in New York, I found that same thing. These look older. But I found the ones in New York when they were still brand new. Okay, what looked before like it was going to be a cliff still is, but it used to be at one point a roadway, a laneway for them to cut trees that they built for themselves to come up to where I parked my car. Hopefully I'm not gonna walk into a bear den here, because bears dig right into these cliffs here for wintertime. Alright, so as you can see now, I'm standing in the middle of what used to be a roadway, a dragway for them to drag big trees. They haven't been in here for quite a while. That paper birch, which is a brown birch. Many of us call them paper trees. Paper birch, big paper birch. That would have been something that they accidentally left here last time. You see, you can hear it coming. Don't know if I'm going to get up here fast enough. I'll stick you up over it. Log truck. The windows of my truck are open. Now the inside of my truck's going to be all dust. Son of a gun. Anyway, you have to be very careful of logging trucks here. If they're coming behind you, they're doing 60. You don't dare drive faster than about 40. It gets kind of squirrely, but those big trucks get better traction. So, in any case, I see right in that one area, just this little 30 or 40 foot patch right here, and back up there, just that one little place where they decided to stack trees for some reason. And look, just a little bit of sign right here, but it's a very easy place for them to cross the road into an old cut over there and come back this way. There's literally mushrooms for them to eat everywhere. They don't. Now, can't really see it, but there's kind of a bare spot. It's not down to the bare dirt, but it's all the way through right there, a little bit right there. And then right there, it almost looks like maybe there was a downpour and water came across the road and came down through right here. That's what it looks like. That's debunked. I think that's water. A good sized mushroom there. I don't know my mushrooms, so I'm not saying what kind they are or whether they're edible because I don't know. I know what a lobster mushroom looks like, but every time you find one in the wild, it looks different. Oyster mushrooms, the brain coral looking ones like Dee found the other day, I don't know if those are edible or not. There's many people up here in Maine, in this town, that actually do come out looking for mushrooms. And they do fiddlehead ferns in the springtime. But I have no idea what kind of mushrooms I'm looking at. So I'm not even touching them. Okay, back to the thing at hand here. Now I'm down below. That stack of wood is right there. It sticks out like a sore thumb. This log has been here a long time, but did not. This is pine. It is not paper birch. In between these, there is no pine stump here, but that doesn't mean, because you can see, you can see where the tractor came through. It might have just pushed that stump out of the way, but this has been here a long time. And it also pinned down all these trees. So these aren't them doing that. And you go, okay, if that tree fell over there, then how did it catch all of these trees? Well, guess what? It did. That's all I'm going to say. Is somehow these trees right here got caught under that, or something lifted that up and put all of these little trees under the end of that to bend them. But we're going to say it's natural, since that break right there, I don't know. And all of this stuff is not natural forest. It gets logged off. I mean, you can see the ruts from the tractors. All of this gets logged off every 20 years or so. So you have to really have good wood's eyes and try to come up with things that are not natural. I would almost have to say that these saplings here that are bent underneath this tree didn't exist when that tree came down, because you can see it's been a very long time. And right here you see tractor mark. So these trees didn't even exist the last time that this thing was cut. So how they got underneath that thing, I'm going to call it natural because I can't prove it otherwise. But it looks like it was picked up and the small things put underneath it. Here's somebody's truck. That's how close to the road I am. And this thing is zoomed all the way out for widescreen. So that's twice as far away as it really looks. For me anyway. That thing looks like it's 50 yards away, but it's only about 25. Okay. I don't feel watched. I don't understand what I'm looking at in this area really well. there's just signs of intelligence to some of the things that are here. And those 3 little leaning sticks that you can easily see from the road or a trail or whatever that a human walks by or humans go by all the time. I don't know if that's how they at one point notified the indigenous people that they were there, that was a place that they're active, or if it's for them somehow. I don't know why the hell, unless they're walking down the road at night. It's like, yep, this is the place to go in. I don't have those answers, but they're tending here, and as I remember back, I am quite sure that they do things on purpose where we can see them. For people that know, they know, and the people that don't, they don't. And like I was saying, I saw that tree leaned, and as I was driving by, yoink, 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 3 leaned. Not super, I mean there are other small ones, but there's 3 in a row right there, and when I got out, I am actually seeing stuff that has intelligence to it, besides the very little intelligence that these mosquitoes have. One thing, I guess, I want to talk about mosquitoes for a second, because evolution is something I like to talk about a little bit. I'm not going to get into the evolution versus God, but mosquitoes. As far as humans are concerned, almost every single one that bites a human dies. Apparently we don't kill enough of them by slapping them to death when they bite us to get rid of the fact that they bite us. It seems like they would have evolved so that their bite did not hurt. Because no matter what, the things that they bite, for the most part, can defend themselves from the pain by either shaking them off or killing them. You know, swinging tails at them, or rolling around, or mice or anything else that has the abilities. You'd think they would feel themselves being bit, and that mosquitoes would have de-evolved or would have evolved to not hurt when they bite you. The forest ranger. I'm gonna put you down for 1 second. Gotta put my seatbelt on. Windows down. Gotta look in the back, make sure I got both puppies. Yes, I do. Okay, so anyway, same thing with deer flies. Y'all know what deer flies are, correct? The little stripy flies that fly around and around and around your head. How many of you have been bitten by a deer fly compared to however many of them fly around your head? They fly around and around and around and around and chase you when you're walking, and it seems like they would burn 50 times the amount of calories that they would get when they bite you. I don't understand how they didn't just die out. I don't get their ability at all. probably going to show up on my thing and kill my video from YouTube, but deer flies, they just fly and fly and fly and fly and fly in circle, 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 and sometimes they just never even land on you. How are they surviving that? And or do they really need your blood at all? I don't know. Things like that. Evolution doesn't make sense sometimes. My car just told me that I have low battery on my phone, so I'm going to shut this off, plug it in, and I'll be back if I find something else. Bye.